Hello students, welcome back to the chapter Improvement in Food Resources. So students, in the last class of this chapter, we ended up with the concept of fertilization, using of fertilizers, and also about the information regarding organic farming. So now we shall continue the further steps, the next step of crop production management, that is irrigation. So irrigation process involves several information. First of all, we must know what is meant by irrigation. In simple term, if I want to say, so you can take it irrigation as supply of water for the production of crop or for crop production. Okay, supplying of water to the crop field. So now, as you know, if there will be a more scarcity of water if the crop production is more. Hence, we need to first manage the various sources of water so that we can supply water easily for the process of irrigation. So, what are the sources to provide water for the crops? So, let us see. The first will be, we will take the first source of providing water for irrigation is wells. We will see how we will use wells. Next, canals, river water lifting systems, and tank. So these are the four main sources of water through which we can perform the irrigation process. We will understand this in details now. Next, we shall go for the cropping patterns. So how there are totally three main types of cropping patterns. One is mixed cropping, another one is intercropping, and the last one is crop rotation. So we will see one by one the difference between this mixed, inter and crop rotation cropping patterns. So moving on to further, we will go for the third step of the crop yields, that is crop protection and management. So in that we will study about how we can protect the crops and also how we can store the grains. Before production, while the crops were in progress, we will call it as crops. So after we have harvested the crops, now we will call it as grains. Okay. So we will see how crops will be protected and how those crops converted into grains will be stored. So take out your explanation book and listen carefully, note down all the points which will be highlighting regarding this information.
Irrigation. The technique of providing water to crops in the fields by means of canals, reservoirs, wells and tube wells, etc. is called irrigation. Irrigation is important for the following reasons: supply of essential elements, germination of seeds, growth, absorption of nutrients. The design, equipment and technique of replenishing the soil water deficit by applying irrigation water is known as irrigation system. And there are four types of irrigation systems, namely, first, wells. Wells are made to exploit groundwater. They are of two types, that is dug wells and tube wells. In dug wells, water accumulates due to available groundwater table. Canals. Canals are connected to reservoirs or rivers to supply water. Canal is divided into two sub-canals and distributors. River lift systems. In areas where canal flow is insufficient or irregular due to inadequate reservoir release, the lift system is more rational. Water is directly drawn from the rivers for supplementing irrigation in areas close to rivers. Tanks. Tanks are small storage reservoirs which intercept and store the runoff of smaller catchment areas. Now let us see for the cropping patterns. Different ways of growing crops can be used to give maximum benefit. There are three main methods of cropping patterns, namely mixed cropping, intercropping and crop rotation. Mixed cropping. Mixed cropping is growing two or more crops simultaneously on the same piece of land. Example, wheat and gram, or wheat and mustard, or groundnut and sunflower. This reduces risk and gives some insurance against failure of one of the crops. Intercropping. Intercropping is growing two or more crops simultaneously on the same field in a definite pattern. The crops are selected on the basis of different needs of nutrients. A few rows of one crop alternate with a few rows of a second crop. Example, soya bean plus maize, or finger millet, that is bajra, plus cowpea, that is lobe. Due to this, there is maximum utilization of the nutrients supplied. Intercropping also prevents pests and diseases from spreading to all the plants belonging to one crop in a field. This way, both crops can give better returns. And the third type, crop rotation. Crop rotation is the growing of different crops on a piece of land in a pre-planned succession. Depending upon the duration, crop rotation is done for different crop combinations. The availability of moisture and irrigation facilities decides the choice of the crop to be cultivated after one harvest. If crop rotation is done properly, then 2 or 3 crops can be grown in a year with good harvests. Now let's move for the next, crop protection management. When we look around the field, we find that crops are infested by a large number of weeds, insects, pests, and diseases. If weeds and pests are not controlled at the appropriate time, then they can damage the crop so much that most of the crop is lost. Weeds are unwanted plants in the cultivated field and compete over food, space, and light. Example, Xanthium, that is gokru, Parthenium, that is gajar ghas, Cyperinus rotundus, that is motha. Weeds take up nutrients and reduce the growth of crop. Therefore, removal of weeds from cultivated fields during the early stages of crop growth is essential for a good harvest. Generally, insects and pests attack the plants in 3 ways. That is, they cut the root, stem, and leaf, or they suck the cell sap from various parts of the plant, or they bore into stem and fruits. They thus affect the health of a crop and reduce yields. Diseases in plants are caused by pathogens such as bacteria, fungi, and viruses, which can be present in and transmitted through the soil, water, and air. Weeds, insects, and diseases can be controlled by various methods. One of the most common methods is the use of pesticides, which includes herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides, and are sprayed on crop plants or used for treating seeds and soil. As well, all know that excessive use of these chemicals creates problems, since they can be poisonous to many plant and animal species and cause environmental pollution. Weed control methods also include mechanical removal. So you should also know that weed control can also be done by proper seed bed preparation, timely sowing of crops, intercropping, and crop rotation, or using resistant varieties or deploying during summer. Storage of grains. In agricultural products, storage losses can be very high. Factors responsible for such losses are biotic, that is insects, rodents, fungi, mites, and bacteria, and abiotic, like inappropriate moisture and temperatures in the place of storage. These factors cause degradation in quality, loss in weight, poor germinability, discoloration of produce, all leading to poor marketability. I should tell you that these factors can be controlled by proper treatment and by systematic management of warehouses. Preventive and control measures are used before grains are stored for future use. They include strict cleaning of the produce before storage, proper drying of the produce first in sunlight and then in shade, and fumigation using chemicals that can kill pests. Now let us see some important points that you might not know. The Agricultural Ministry's Research and Development Agency has produced 10 new rice varieties. It hopes will boost production and strengthen crops in anticipation of the continuing impact of climate change on food production. They are Varsha, Dhanu, Chingam, Kunju Kunju Varna, Kunju Kunju Priya, Gauri and Shweta. Similarly, Sri Arun and Sri Varun are new varieties of sweet potato. Anaga is new variety of tomato. 3 new varieties of forage crops are also identified: BL180, JH199-1 and RO19. Now let us look what we have learned till now. There are 13 nutrients essential for crops. Of these, 6 are required in large quantities and are known as macronutrients, whereas 7 nutrients are required in small quantities and are known as micronutrients. Manure and fertilizers are the main sources of nutrients supplied to crops. Organic farming is a farming system with minimal or no use of chemicals as fertilizers, herbicides, pesticides, etc., and with a maximum input of organic manures, recycled farm waste, and bioagents with healthy cropping systems. Mixed farming is a system of farming on a particular farm which includes crop production, raising of livestock, etc. Mixed cropping is growing of 2 or more crops simultaneously on the same piece of land. Growing 2 or more crops in definite row pattern is known as intercropping. The growing of different crops on a piece of land in pre-planned succession is called crop rotation. Varietal improvement is required for higher yield, good quality, biotic and abiotic resistance, shortening the maturity duration, wider adaptability, and desirable agronomic characteristics.
And that was about today's class and this subtopic, subconcept. So the further content we shall continue in the next class. Thank you.